Right, we're live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for another match of the Hong Kong Sevens. This one is a rematch of a game we saw way back in the day at the Tokyo Olympics. Argentina versus South Africa. Now, Argentina strategically here will want to still have their 7 men on the field, which is the big difference between what happened in Tokyo and what is happening here in Hong Kong. Looking through at the starting lineup for Argentina, it will be Luciano Gonzalez at number 11, Lezazu in the starting lineup, Fraga, also Raval, Udoschuk, Rosetto, and Palladini. So quite a change in that starting lineup compared to what we saw for Argentina in their last game where they were defeated by Samoa in golden point time. Then for the South Africans, Ryan Oosterhuizen, Impi Visa, JC Pretorius, the Vault Human, Sifiwe Sawyers Wapi, Selvin Davids, and Shilton Van Veek will be the last man in that South African lineup for the Blitzboks. So this is a fifth place semi-final. Whoever wins this game will go on to face off against the other side of the draws semi-finalist winner. They'll be playing off for the fifth place position. But currently Argentina, they are on a 2-match losing streak. They will certainly want to change that. Whereas on the other side of this match, South Africa, they've had a little bit of an up and down, little bit of a draw, I guess you could say, for the way they've been playing. They were defeated by Great Britain. They were defeated also in their game up against France, but still managed to make it through to the quarterfinals where they have lost to Fiji 12 points to 7. So actually on a 3-match losing streak here for the Blitzboks, and they will be hoping to change that around very soon. But Jeremy Rosier sitting with his 150th match in charge on the series. It's a massive game coming up a little bit later on tonight, I should mention, for one of the semi-finals, Samoa versus Fiji. It's going to be a very entertaining one indeed. Now, kicking off the Blitzboks, they will be going from right to left here in this contest. Get us underway for another game at the Hong Kong Sevens, or the Hong Kong Sevens, I should say. I was up and down watching Ireland versus Australia versus Ireland. I've had a shock of reading that, Ed. I was up and down watching Australia versus Ireland earlier. Yeah, back and forth encounter. Looked like it was going to be going the way of the Irish, and then Australia just managed to fire their way back right at the last moment to get themselves through to their semi-final up against the French. But it is going to be Uzochuk with the ball in hand there, going off to the right-hand side. Nicely taken. Luciano Gonzalez now trying to spin his way out of the challenge. Nicely done. Now going to the short side. Uzochuk goes to Gaston Raval. Now inside ball. Nicely done. Argentina, they haven't been able to make too many meters off that one with Palandri. Rush defense from the Vault Human, just waiting in the middle of the field, hoping to get that interception. It's going to be the advantage in favor of Argentina. That is for offside. Now 6 minutes left of the first half. Uzochuk, he's really been in charge of what has happened out there on the field for the South Africans, or sorry, for the Argentines, I should say, throughout the last little while. But currently it is 6 minutes left in the first half, like I mentioned. Be kicked downfield and into touch for the Argentines, who will now look to create an attack. So of their starting lineup in that quarterfinal, they have got Marcos Maneta now off the bench, Iskro now off the bench, Vera Feld now off the bench, and Tobias Wade. All 4 of those individuals were in that starting lineup, but they've stuck with Gaston Raval, who has now got himself the line-out throw. Yeah, I reckon the Boomers going to win this one. A bit scrappy match versus Fiji, though, says Ed. So, yeah, they did struggle a little bit, Los Pumas, up against the Samoans. It was a close game. South Africa also had their close game with Fiji. And I feel like these sides are very evenly matched so far in terms of their journeys throughout Hong Kong. Both on losing streaks, 2 for Argentina, 3 for South Africa. Good draw and pass there out wide. Argentina now trying to break their way through, still keeping their hopes of getting 5th alive in this competition. Off to the side, Gaston Raval now tries to step up the middle, 10 meters out from the line. Uzochuk goes off to number 15. And in fact, no, he sold the dummy. Went through himself there. And Uzochuk has been able to score himself the first try of this fixture. Argentina now going to have themselves the 7-0 lead. My cat is coming to see me at the moment. Up he comes. Uzochuk able to score himself a very nice try there for the Argentines. And that kick has gone straight down the middle as well. 4.5 minutes left in the first half, and Argentina now with the 7-0 lead. Marcos Maneta coming off the bench maybe later on in this contest if they do need him. Although theoretically, Argentina may want to save him for that next matchup that they do have up against the winner of the other playoff game, which will actually be Ireland versus USA. That will be the other side of things. Now it's kicked in behind by Argentina. The ball's going to sit up for Selvin Davids, though, who has been able to stay back and has sitting ready for our hello cat. So here's Gareth. And there's our Davids with the skip pass. Our white, Ryan Oosterhuizen, and the South Africans are still gone with pretty much what you'd call close to their best side in their starting lineup here. That's going to be the penalty to Argentina. Uzachuk. Now, once again, he's going to decide what to do with this one. He gives it to Gaston Ravo. It looks like they want to go for the kick for touch. Oosterhuizen, not very happy at all with the way that one's gone past off into the hands of Pelladini. Will now kick this one into touch. And I guess this is all about building as well as they move forward through the competition and who will win the player of the tournament. Though for me, it's a 2-horse race, Va'a Pilomaliko and also Grandidier. One of those two is going to be taken out because I think both of them are going to have double figures when it comes to tries scored by the end of the comp. So yeah, I'll give it to one of those two. Now 3 minutes left in the first half. Uzachuk trying to break his way through the tackle of Shilton Van Veek. Now Luciano Gonzalez now driving hard at the line, looking for the pass on the outside. Instead, didn't quite find it, though. It's a good tackle made by Selvin Davids. Another penalty goes to Argentina. And this seems to be something that has let the Blitzboks down over the last, I would say, 5 or so legs of the Sevens competitions. Has really been when they are in the later games, their discipline really falls apart. I lost time because I was editing 2 video. Come out, make thumbnail to live stream on Tuesday in the video. Says Brandon. There as well. Now nothing on the short side. Rhino stays, and this time, in fact, it was JC Pretorius who gets over the ball. He apologizes to the referee because he got a bit angry and pushed one of the Argentine players back a few meters. He kind of looks a bit like a taller, lankier version of Antoine Dupont, if I had to compare him to a player. Not JC Pretorius. He looks like a very angry individual. Now, line out throw. Going to be South Africa's here. A bit sad from the Wallabies France game, but pretty proud of the boys closing the score points. And watch out, Jock Campbell. There's Ed Vogel. Yeah, it's been looking dangerous. And I guess the thing is, with Australia constantly having injuries, it has meant we've seen a few more young players make their way into the side. Selvin Davids now passes it back across. Now the space opens up for Shilton Van Veek. Had his pants almost pulled down by the Argentines, who get straight over the ball and win the penalty in the process as well. Now, we'll be looking to kick this one for the touchline here. For Argentina, I should say, sitting about 15 meters out and now with the line out again. So it seems like Argentina is certainly the side dominating territory in the early stages of this match. I don't believe we've seen South Africa make it into the Pumas half once with the ball in hand in an attacking scenario. But Gaston Ravo will be hoping another one opens up here for the Los Pumas Sevens. Thrown in, nicely taken at the front there. Now the offload across Gaston Ravo has done well to hang on to that ball. Now a nice little step in the midfield from Joaquin Pelladini doing the spin as well. Luciano Gonzalez now looking for the possible offload. An upcoming podcast or postcaster maybe. There's Brandon there. Shilton Van Veek has been able to take it back for the Blitzboks, and it is going to be play on now. Selvin Davids' ball on the outside gives it off to JC Pretorius, who will pin his ears back, but he's going to be cut off nicely by Argentina, or is he now? Still going to be the foot race. I don't think Raval's going to get him a bomb massive shot from the side. There was a knock-on the ground as well from South Africa, although they've given the penalty in favour of Argentina. Now, I don't necessarily agree with that. I believe we saw a knock-on the ground from JC Pretorius, which then, after that knock-on had taken place, then we saw Fraga infringe. Now, South Africa, they are going to have the man advantage. Wonder whether or not we're going to see it. No, I don't think we're going to get a replay of that breakdown. There's not quite enough time in a game of sevens to be able to watch the replays unless South Africa decided that they wanted to kick this ball out, which they certainly have not. They want to have another big attack in play. Now, quick tap taken by DeWalt Uman. Just ends up slowly marching forward, pass out wide. Impy Visa cuts on the inside, and that will be the try for the South Africans. And South Africa maybe lost 2 in a row. Because for you, Hamish, what is your best rugby sevens game right now? Says Brandon, I would say the best game that we have watched throughout this Hong Kong Sevens was Samoa versus Argentina. Just with how close it was, going down to the wire. Also, I mean, we've seen a couple other very good performances, such as Uruguay versus Great Britain, going down to the wire. Australia scoring that last-minute try up against the Irish. You'd have to say the best comeback of the Sevens series so far for this 2022-23 season. That one's missed away to the side for South Africa, so that's going to make the score at halftime 7-5 in favour of Los Pumas still. So they've got that slight lead, but it's not enough of one to be comfortable going into the second half. As soon as they get complacent, that's where we'll see the Springboks Sevens really attack them. And Visa scoring that last-minute try in that first half. They will be relatively happy with that. 16 carries, though, from Argentina compared to just the 6 that we saw from the South Africans. 2 offloads from Argentina, 0 from the Blitzboks. Whereas the Blitzboks, they've actually had to make 14 tackles in that first half. Argentina only making the 2. So the territory and the position both in favour of Los Pumas, but the points only narrowly in their favour with just the 2 points difference between the two sides. I should mention the next game that we are covering on the channel, ladies and gentlemen, will be the matchup between Fiji and Samoa. That is a massive clash between 2 Pacific Island sides, and I cannot wait to see both of them in action for that game. These 2 sides ranked relatively high on the World Sevens Series. 2 for South Africa, narrowly missing out on the title last year. And then also Argentina, they are ranked 4th, and they finished a lot higher than a lot of people gave them credit for. Which is always great to see for the other nations or Los Pumas. Now, they are just showing the crowd. They have always been showing up for the 3 days of the Hong Kong Sevens. Now, I should mention the rain looks like it has also stopped, which is great to see. And I hear World Series for Sevens might be all of the Commonwealth Games teams might next series of Sevens, says Brandon. And I guess they would always be looking at ways that they can extend the competition, get it out to more eyes, I guess, as well. Currently, they are posing without a camera. I guess that's one way of doing it. Second half just about to get underway. Will be Argentina who will be kicking off this game from right to left for the second 7 minutes. First half, you'd have to say, was the advantage for Argentina. Second half, maybe South Africa can make their momentum back. My voice is going to try and disappear before the end of the day. Hopefully it doesn't, though. We have still got about 10 hours or so of being awake. Gaston Raval kicks it off short now, and Los Pumas look to regain it. It's going to be a knock-on there, though, on the ground. And Fraga, he's still got another 1 minute left of his yellow card, so that is certainly time that the Springboks might be able to make the most of the opportunity, or should I say the Blitzboks. Lazazu, tall youngster, he hasn't really had too much time out there on the field throughout this first leg of the Hong Kong Sevens. Isgro off the bench, Maneta, Verafeld, Tobias Wade. They may use those guys in the last kind of 3 or 4 minutes to really try and close out this game with a lot of experience, a lot of pace and power. And Tonga Sevens might be in the series. See, here's Brandon there. But now the ball's about to be fed in by the Wald Uman. Now, the Wald Uman goes off to Shilton van Veek. Selvin Davids now trying to break the line. It's a beautiful drawn pass. Saviwe Sawyers Wapi down the wing has done well. And that will be the try for the South Africans. Beautifully done by Saviwe Sawyers Wapi. That will give the lead now in favour of South Africa, sitting 10 points to 7 with a kick to come. And just breaking news. So here's Brandon there, but Selvin Davids, he certainly sets up a lot of tries for the Blitzboks throughout their Sevens campaign. Saviwe Sawyers Wapi showing off the pace that he's got to score the try. Puts it down. Okay, were they saying that a player stayed down here? I hope there's no serious injury because we've got a month until the next Sevens leg will be taking place. That will be the ones in Dubai, I believe. The Dubai Sevens just after my birthday. And in early December. Saviwe Sawyers Wapi hasn't scored too many tries throughout this series, but that one will certainly help him out big time. Kick has gone over 12 points to 7 now in favour of the Blitzboks. So far, 136 tries for Saviwe Sawyers Wapi. Actually made his debut in Hong Kong 2016's competition. And ever since then, 6 years later, finds himself going back to his stomping ground, Luciano Gonzalez. Nice bump off, though. Impi Visa manages to drag him down, and Christy Robola tries to get in the breakdown. Now short side, Uzachuk. I think he's going to be one of the keys for Argentina throughout the second period of the game. Now back across Luciano Gonzalez. One more pass. This is looking good now. The youngster, Lazazo. He's got plenty of size to him, which is something that he might be able to use in the future. I mean, they haven't got Jermaine Schultz in the Argentine side, so maybe that is why they have gone with Lazazo as one of the options. Uzachuk Now going to be breaking his way forward. I think he broke his face on the ground almost there. Penalty goes the way of Argentina, still with 4 minutes 20 left on the clock. Only 5 points difference between these two sides. They have said he was eye tackled. 4 minutes, 15 seconds left. That one doesn't find touch. And that is going to be Selvin Davids taking it nicely just next to the touchline. We'll kick it back downfield. Not necessarily looking for touch. In fact, he does, Selvin Davids. It's a good kick back downfield. And now Argentina will have themselves the line out. But it was really not the best strike of the ball for the Argentine kicker. Passes so far 26 for Argentina compared to the 8 of South Africa and Samoa Sevens. With Tonga 7 not happening on watch, just Samoa will be at 109 points. Here's Brandon Castellano now about to throw the ball in. 21 carries for Argentina compared to the 8 of the South Africans. And also South Africa, though, with so little line breaks or so little carries, they've actually had more line breaks. Given away a lot more penalties too. 6 against the Blitzboks compared to the 1 of Los Pumas. Now Revol looking off to the left-hand side once again. Are instead going to be cutting it back the other way. Thomas Lazazu tries to go for the draw and pass. Finds the hands of Palladini. Big shot from Saviri Soya Wapi. They go off to the short side now, and it's opening up for Lazazu. It's going to be the foot race inside. Ball went through the hands of Argentina. It's picked up by the Wall Human, who now has a counter-attacking opportunity for the Blitzboks. Tries the wide cut-out pass rather than the man right next to him. Interesting tactic. Selvin Davids straight over the ball, almost gets the Ravo having that. I'm only talking in chat. Says Brandon. Then now going back across to the right-hand side. Nice step on the inside from Impi Visa. 40 meters from the Argentine line now. Shinton van Wyk. Nicely done by Argentina, though, to be able to take it back. And now the acceleration is coming from Santiago Verafeld. He hasn't been on the field for very long, which does mean he's got plenty of energy. He's still going. The referee almost ended up getting cleaned up by Verafeld. But saying that, it was a pretty unorthodox run. So there was no idea of the referee where he was supposed to actually be going there. Now, Palandini offloading it back across Lazazo. And off to the left here. Once again, it is going to be another step. Verafeld, ball on the outside now. Fraga looks on the inside, getting close to the line. No, just short. And it's going to be now over the ball, locked in. South Africa will end up giving away the penalty in the process. Oh, MP Visa was very close to getting that ball. Breaking new video on the Kiwi Lads Gaming is out, says Brandon. And there's also, be sure to check that one out on the Kiwi Lads Gaming channel. And also a channel, or on the main channel, we have also got another video out as well, I should mention. Now Argentina. Oh, referee telling the players to get back. That's looking like a yellow card offence. MP Visa, he's going to be off the field for the rest of the game. And now Argentina still down by 5 points, and Argentina need to keep it in the forwards, says Keith there. Yeah, MP Visa tries to slap that one almost back onto the side of the Blitzboks. If he had done it well, would have been effective, but because he got it wrong, it is a straight yellow card. MP Visa, and he will be off the field for the rest of this contest now. It looks like Argentina have called for the scrum. One more of the defenders of the Blitzboks, and then maybe go wide out to the right-hand side is my prediction for what play they decide to go with. Just looking through at a few of the other changes that they've made. I don't believe Rodrigo Isgro is out on the field as of yet. Same can be said about Marcos Maneta, and also Tobias Wade, I think, is also another player who is still not out on the field at this point in time. And the referee not too happy with a couple of the players. He said crouch, they weren't listening, so he had to repeat himself for that one now. Oh, what a hook that was from South Africa. Almost now they go, in fact, the short side off to the left, and it will be the try for the Argentines. Moyano, I should say, does score his first try of the Hong Kong Sevens. Be very happy with that, as that now makes the score 12-all with a kick to come in favour of the Argentines. It's going to be a relatively tough kick, though, right near the touchline. But not a lot of space at all for Moyano. Now the kick attempt, it's hit the post, and it's bounced out in front. So that is going to remain at 12 points to 12. We may have a game once again, ladies and gentlemen, that ends up going to extra time. And what is George doing? Not say F off. Let's go Argentina, says Brandon. And there's but Moyano, he scores the try, puts up the C in the air. They would have much Much prefer getting that kick over, though. As or else, they will be going to golden point time for the second game in a row here for Los Pumas. They'll be getting sick of it. What a take that is from Rodrigo Isgro, though. He has taken that absolutely brilliantly. And now Argentina on the attack. They have got numbers on their outside. Uzuchuk tries to go through. Ball off to Lazazo. He scores it, or does he? His foot was close to the touchline. He's claiming it, though. And he may have just scored the last-minute try for Los Pumas. And I was like, yes, Keith. All right, they're going upstairs. If he's in touch, this game's going to golden point. If he's in the field of play, it's going to be the end of the game. He's scored it. He's in the field of play marginally for Lazazo, and the Blitzboks have gone down to Argentina. Argentina getting the win, 17 points to 12. As the try has been awarded. They've still got the kick here, so it could be 19 points to 12, but instead I think 17 to 12 does seem like the more realistic scoreline. So they've been able to fight back. They've broken their 2-match losing streak. Blitzboks now on a 4-match losing streak at this point of the Hong Kong Sevens. So they will be pretty disappointed with that, I would think, for the Blitzboks. They won their first game, but other than that, they have not won a game since. And now that will be the end of the game. 19 points to 12 in favor of Los Pumas. Thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. The next one that we have got on the channel will be the matchup taking place between Samoa and Fiji, which will be kicking off in about 30 or so minutes time. But thank you all very much for tuning in. I will see you all for the next one.